So with that conversation, it kind of brings me to on our God damn, I have to burp so bad, but I can't burp. So we did a video on the Matt Walsh, Dr. Phil trans conversation and whatever. And on that video, we had someone comment, and I thought it was a very interesting comment. And since we're getting a lot more comments right now, I think at some point during every episode or every other episode, I'd like to kind of bring them up and see, and put a little spotlight on some of the comments, and maybe those people that commented could have some more to say, and you never know, we might have them on. It was really. Yeah, it was. So, and it has 5 likes, which is pretty coul. So a bunch of people have seen it and realized that, okay.
Well, it's cool that person put their truth out there,
Yeah, exactly. Live your truth. I got to make fun of things, at some point. So, Sky, I'm not good at the pronunciation, so I'll just put it up here on the thing. So Sky said, so I made the sad mistake of transitioning from female to male in 2008, born in 1964. So that be 64 years old? No, 44 years old. Yeah. Jesus, I saw 64.
44?
Born in 1964, transitioned in 2008, right?
Oh, okay.
So that'd be 44.
I don't know. I have to get out my calculator for that. Literally,
please do. I want to make sure I get this right.
I said earlier that I preferred math over the other history or whatever class I said, politics stuff, but didn't say I was good at it.
I mean, there's more than just, math and politics. 44. Okay, cool. So I made the sad mistake of transitioning from female to male in 2008, born in 1964. I was very feminine as a woman. However, I never considered myself as male or as a man once I transitioned. My story is sad in that I was molested by 5 male family members from a year old until I was 16. That's another issue too, because I'm guessing a lot of people that go through all that stuff have some sort of trauma, some sexual trauma or molestation or something like that, which sucks. I completely understand that point. I was called and considered beautiful as a female and had been objectified by men since a year old. I was constantly objectified by men through my high school and adult years. I was very feminine, but also a tomboy. I believe that I transitioned because I was sick of men objectifying me and being treated as a trophy. However, when I transitioned, I wasn't any less objectified by people in the LGBTQ plus community. Wouldn't that suck if you were part of the plus? You weren't good enough to have your own. Anyways, I had other trans men hitting on me and trans women, and even bisexual men were interested in me, as well as lesbians. So I figured it all out and have been detransitioning for 2 years. Trans people are real trans people, not real women and real men. It is a mental illness called gender dysphoria, and one should go through intensive psychotherapy to figure out realistically why they're experiencing gender dysphoria. Transitioning goes against everything that people are biologically, and that shouldn't be taken lightly. It can cause medical issues, especially with men taking testosterone blockers and going on female hormones. I regret the decision I made, as I believe that it also goes against God, who is Jesus Christ, the Messiah. Peace be with you. So, very interesting. There is definitely there's definitely a lot to be said about that comment, and it horrifying.
It's sad.
If you're watching this right now, as we said in the comment back to you, that's gut wrenching. That is horrible that you went through that.
All of that as a young person to have to deal with all the trauma.
And I completely understand why mentally it fucks with you. I get that, and that is not right. And those people should be fucking buried under a prison. But I do think that even with all that you went through, it seems like you still have some sort of mental capacity to understand that just because you decided to transition doesn't mean that makes you the actual man. coming from woman to man. Mm-hmm. So you understand that you are in a different category, and different doesn't mean bad. It just means different.
Yeah.
You know, like I remember at a time where having fucking sleeves of tattoos was different, and it was looked at as negative, and that was the point we were at.
Yeah.
You know, in a country. So like, not saying that in any way that we are the same or you know, different, you know, traumas or things that you've been through or whatever, but at the same time, there's, you know, society decides what's different and not. And I think there's a lot to be said about the way different groups of people and different, you know, this and that, and, you know, designations of this and that can affect how society looks at things. So I think that acting like the Grand's Biscuits can is not conducive to having society understand your struggle or your strife or what you've gone through. I think it goes widely against when you act like that and start screaming when the one who looked like Boy George said, "Hey, we don't need to do this. This is making an example of our cause," blah, blah, and then immediately, like, you know what I mean?
I think
like
that particular person, the Grand's Biscuit,
yeah,
like
is a Grand's Biscuit. Like literally has the IQ of the camp.
Crazy.
Yeah.
No matter if she is
he,
male,
it's sir,
whatever honestly, I don't even remember. I think Grand's Biscuits was just whether she was a she, he, whatever they were trying to identify as.
They
will always be crazy.
Yeah. And
crazy.
Again, it sucked because being a human, on that human level, you can understand how going through certain things like that, like the person Sky, who we read that comment of, like they have been through some shit and it sucks. But when you come to a situation and you, how do I put this? There's a way of speaking about things, a way of speaking to people. And if you say, fuck you to someone, they're like, you're a piece of shit for this, they're immediately going to be on the defensive. No matter if they agree with you, if they were on your side, before or anything like that, they are going to, they're going to be immediately defensive. It's just human nature. Yeah. But if you say, hey man, I don't really appreciate when you say that. Like I've gone through all this and I don't
talk sensibly.
Exactly. And you have some sort of common sense and you have that. And so if you're not able to have that and you just scream in people's faces and you say you're transphobic and you're homophobic, and all this, then no one is going to take you serious. And no one's going to want to speak to you in any respectful way because you're not being respectful of everyone else.
Yeah.
Which is 99.9% of the people. So like, why should the 99.9% of people cater to your irrationally made cause?
Yeah, good point there. I no matter who you are and what you're going through, what your situation is, what your handicap or limitation or anything is, I'm going to treat you the whole golden rule thing.
Yeah.
And prime example, which I'm just going to leave it here. And I believe I've told you before, when I was in third grade, there was a girl in my class that had, I don't know, like being that age, I don't know what handicap she had. I just know that her legs didn't work well.
Hey guys, we here at the Till Death Podcast realize that with everything opening up, you might need some new clothes to show off in public. It's scary, I know. But you can rest assured that we've got your back. We have high quality merch and fair prices so you can support your new favorite podcast without breaking the bank. We have a bunch of items to choose from, like this shirt, which is my personal favorite. Oh, it's upside down. See, we got this. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Or, also, this one for the ladies. For my lady, and punch myself in the balls. There we go, it's our old paint splat shirt. We also have tanks, sweatshirts, hoodies, stickers, yoga pants, beach towels, and even fanny packs. Like this one right here. So just head over to teespring.com/stores and use the promo code NOMOREMASK and you'll get 15% off your entire order. That's No More Mask for 15% off. So what are you waiting for? Just do it! Just do it! Go get one. They're awesome. Do it. Also, head over to solo.to/tildeathpodcast for all things till death and how to stay up to date with all of our content. Babe, thought laundry was your job.
Get all this merch out of my house.
See what I mean?
And so she had to...
Maybe scoliosis, multiple sclerosis.
I don't know. As a third grader, I just know that her legs didn't work well. And my mom always taught me to be friends. Like if you see someone that's like being ignored by others or whatever, like, hey, try to go make a friend. Yeah. And so I remember I was like, hey, you want to like hang out at lunch? Like we can go on the playground together or whatever. Yeah. So I figured, hey, I'll help her out. Like she can't
hang on to me.
She can't swing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push her. Yeah. I distinctly remember this. Mm-hmm. And I remember she was kind of being a jerk. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, you're all by yourself. And I'm just trying to see if you want to hang out. But, like, okay. Fine, so I was like, I'm going to give her a little, like, benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's just, having a bad day or whatever. Yeah. And then I remember she was just saying some shit. Like, just being a complete jackass to me. Yeah. As I'm, like... got her on the swing and I like helped take off because she had a little cuff that kind of went so she put those down and I helped her on the swing and she was just saying shit to me and as I'm like pushing her or whatever, and so I was like, this is me, like I've always been this way, I guess, because I was like, really? Like she was like nonstop being a jerk, so I was like, fuck you. So what I did is I already love this. I grabbed the chains on the swing and I said, all right, you ready to go high? We're gonna go high. And I took it and I ran. And like, you know how you can just run really fast?
Yeah, and then run underneath?
And I like pushed it up. Yeah, ran underneath the swing and went, bye.
Damn. That's amazing. But you know why?
Because and I literally walked off and I said, you know what? The noon duty, she can help.
Yeah. I tried to help. She was a bitch.
You're being a jackass to me. That was me as the third grader, like, what did I do?
Now, if you take that and you look at it like, if you look at it in a broad sense, maybe that's kind of fucked up. But then at the same time, you're like...
I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I was like, to me, I'm just viewing you as a normal human being, and I'm going to treat everyone this way.
But at the same time, if they didn't have that issue... then would you just go up to that person and be like, hey, let me push you on the swings? No, because you're catering to the fact that they can't do that themselves, probably, right? Yeah. So you are already changing your behavior for that person because that, which I'm not saying is a bad thing or, whatever. I'm just saying you are already trying to be nice and, go the extra mile to help this person out who isn't being played with or, whatever, anything like that. That sounds gross.
That sounded weird, yeah. But I mean, like just hanging out on the lawn and like watching all the kids, like we're on the jungle gym and everything,
and so you are coming from a place of I want to help, I want to be nice, I want to be involve this person in in everything else that within reason, obviously, but then they're being a fucking jackass. So like. Okay, fuck you then, bro. Like,
bye.
Yeah, exactly. Fly like an eagle, okay?
I just remember running and then underneath, and then she's like, where are you going? And I just kept walking.
Yeah. It's like in the movies where that for like lights or a grenade goes off and they're just walking like.
And I just walked, didn't even look back, and I was just like, she'll figure it out.
Well, I remember there was this one dude who was in a wheelchair when my dad had his salon over there on El Cajon Boulevard, and there was a Mexican restaurant called Cancun, and just amazing burritos. Food. Used to go there every fucking day. The guy Greg and his wife owned it, and they always like hooked us up and like whatever. And then after that, there was a sushi place that went in, and they were amazing and always hooked us up too and whatever. But anyways, side point. So while this Mexican restaurant was there was this guy, I forget his fucking name, but he was such a fucking cunt. He was, and I felt bad for him at first, exactly like you did. It was a dude in a wheelchair, and he was like fucking half-tard. Okay, like he was like like his legs were full, but his brain was like kind of half there. And like, so again, try to be nice to him, talk to him like, hey bud, what's going on, man? And like he would roll around all up and down fucking El Cajon Boulevard, go into fucking Cancun and try and get a burrito here and there and sit there, be a fucking dick to customers. And I was like, maybe he's just going through some shit, right? And it was when I was younger, so I would like busk.
Was it like a Lieutenant Dan thing, or he was just pissed at the situation?
No, he had legs. But he wasn't in the military, nothing like that. Like it wasn't anything like that, because I would have a little bit extra, respect for him on that, on that one, and I would understand it a little more. But he, so I would busk when I was younger. I'd just sit outside of my outside of my dad's salon and just play my guitar, have the little mini Marshall amp, and like play, and whatever, people would come by and throw a tip. Whatever in the jar and everything. So like I'd see him. Yeah, no, that's gross. Probably now on El Cajon Boulevard. But so I'd see him at the bus stop and rolling around and fucking yelling at people and just being a cunt. And so like I just remember so many people would try and be nice to him, and they would like try and help him on the bus or try and do little things. He'd be like, fuck you, and blah, blah, and I'd just be sitting there like, dude, he's got to have Tourette's or like something. And if he doesn't wear a thing that says I have Tourette's, you know what I mean? Or like something, someone's going to fucking punch him in the mouth. Yeah. And then he's going to be laid down on the floor, can't get back up into his fucking wheelchair by himself. You know what I mean? It's like, I get it to a point, but like, we're all only human, man. You know what I mean? We all can only deal with so much where we're like, all right, fuck you then, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
you're
walk away.
Roll away.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, man. So, anyways, we're going to leave on that note. I think there were, that's how we roll. There were a couple other things that I wanted to maybe talk about, but we've been going for a minute. So, and we have amazing burgers to get to. A place called Burger Lounge, which, if you haven't tried that place, go see if they have one in your area. And go check it out. It's
grass-fed beef.
Oh, it's like our way of like having fast food, but still it being healthy and not eating fucking Mickey D's or any of that fucking crap. So, but anyways, so if you hate us, let us know. If you like us, make sure you subscribe, share, like, follow, comment down below. Just like, and you never know, if you send a good enough comment, give us a little story, give us a little backstory on you and stuff like that, we'll talk to you about that. If you are the person that commented on our video and you'd like to have more of a discussion about that, that'd be awesome. We would love to have that conversation with you, because it can help bridge the gap between people that don't understand it, is answer questions. Because I mean, yeah, like we're
just naturally curious.
Yeah, exactly. And are we jackasses sometimes? Yeah, of course. We try and have some sort of comedy. That's kind of the way we deal with shit. It just in some sort of comedic thing. But we don't fucking hate anyone. We don't hate anyone. We don't have actual malice in our hearts for anyone. If you are the person that is that commented that we spoke about, Sky, again, I'll put up the little thing here. But if you're that person and you want to reach out to us, please do. Either hit up the Instagram or the Twitter, or either Till Death Podcast. It's at Till Death Podcast, TILDEATHPDCST, or at Ian Till Death or at Jen Till Death. Hit one of us up, send us a message. We love to speak to you more. We're both idiots when it comes to this. If you really, we have our opinions, we have our, assumptions and all that, but at the same time, we don't know about it, and we got plenty of questions, but at the same time, we're also, the way we cope with situations we don't know about or things that we're going through or stress or anything, we cope with it with more comedic aspect and try and make jokes and poke fun and whatever. But like, that doesn't mean in any way that we hate people or that we aren't understanding people's issues or struggles or anything. And we do appreciate that you saw that through our video and realized that we are someone that you can confide in. And that's awesome. That makes us feel great. Like that you saw our video and you're like, hey, these people seem like cool enough people to where I can tell this story to them and they're not going to treat us a certain way. That's awesome. And we appreciate that. Get in touch touch with us. We'd love to have that discussion. And if you ever feel comfortable enough to come on the show, we'd be completely fine with that.
Hey guys, if you like this video, please subscribe and please watch video. It helps us out a lot because we offended all of our neighbors around our house and they hate us and they are now kicking us out. We are being evicted because we say bad things. Respect, freedom of speech.